already don't have a Medium profile, we expect that you are able to create a Medium profile to establish your online presence. If you are someone who is using a computer, you can just go to medium.com, and that helps you create your Medium profile. If you are someone who is mostly using the phone, Medium has some phone apps. I shared some phone apps. I will share again, uh, so that you are able to install the app, especially if you are considering using them. So if you are an Android user, here is the link for you to be able to install medium.com. And then if you are an iPhone user, this is the link for you to be able to install medium.com on your phone. And you just sign in with your Google account and then set up your profile. Yes. So that is one learning outcome that we want to achieve. Number two, we want to see that you will be able to develop a content strategy that helps you consistently create valuable posts. Let's say you want to create posts weekly, you want to write posts monthly. We want to help you achieve that with a good strategy. And then you can also use the features offered by medium.com to improve your post visibility as well as your reach. And lastly, to understand how to use microblogging to build a personal brand. So, why do we talk about microblogging? One, microblogging is low barrier way to share expertise. And let's say that, yeah, many times we do not have like adequate exposure in terms of adequate platforms to be able to talk about to be able to share our expertise, to be able to share our experiences and stuff. So just like journaling, like what many people do, people journal like weekly, some people journal daily. Before they go to bed, they note down some experiences, they pour down in their notebooks, right? So the same way you could share these experiences, this expertise, or any other interesting things you can think about and put them in writing, and they can help someone out there, especially people who are looking for help online. Number two, it helps build thought leadership and credibility. And yes, so when you begin share like real authoritative content around a specific field, people begin to see you as an expert in that field. People begin to see you as a credible source. And then people get to, sometimes even refer you for work, or, when they need advice on their specific field, they get to reach out to you, and then you get to help them. So, and then the other thing is it helps boost your professional online presence. Yeah. So when someone searches you on Google or on any other major search engine, your profile can actually rank. Your Medium profile can actually rank. Your Medium content can actually rank. So many times when people search for content related to what you write, or things related to your name, you find that your name will pop up. Again, it's a powerful tool for networking and job opportunities. Yes. It helps you put up a good profile, just like on LinkedIn. It has an aspect of bio, it has an aspect of a headline that you can put on your profile. And yeah, it helps you with that. You can follow people, people can follow you, people can comment on your content, people can clap for your content. And then also, in the long run, it also has features for monetization. So that means as you continue to grow your audience, as you publish more content, you find that, who knows, your account might be eligible for monetization, and then you get to make money from your content, or from, yes, from from the knowledge that you share. Next, also, it showcases your communication and critical thinking skills. Yes. When you write, and when you share things around the field of your expertise or around your experiences, and you put down your thoughts vividly, you find that it slowly by slowly, it gets to improve your skill of communication. it gets to show people that you are somebody who is a critical thinker, and then it even opens more doors for you. So I said that in this session, our focus will be medium.com. So what is Medium? So Medium is a blogging platform and social network. It is very clean. It has no ads. Its interface is ad free, and it is focused a lot on content. It is large. It has large built-in audience of readers and writers, and it allows you to create a publication, which is your own blog, and you can link, for example, your publication to your domain if you are somebody who already has a domain. And then it also offers monetization opportunities, especially in eligible countries. And also if you meet certain threshold in terms of garnering a certain number of followers, and then also publishing consistently and having a very good reader base. So this is Medium. So like I said, the link is shared in the chat box. You just click that link and it will take you to medium.com. So this is how the platform looks like. Like we mentioned, it's ad free. It's very basic. The interface is very basic. Anyone can use it. And yeah, so let it just load and then we check it out. Yes. So this is the interface for Medium. So it just has this is like a search bar. It helps you search for content that you want. You can explore certain topics, and then this in the sidebar it sorts of have this home library. If you're already logged in, and then this helps you see your profile, this helps you see your stories, and then the statistics of the stories that you publish, and then the people that you follow. Some of the top people that you follow will appear here under this list. And then here you see some content that they recommend for you. And then here, any featured content would appear on this site. And here, this is the write button. This is where you click and then you begin to write. Yes, so this is where it is. You write a title and then you put your story below here. And here, this is the notifications button. Here, when any notifications pop up, you would see the notifications all here. When somebody claps, when somebody comments, when somebody follows you, they will just give you the notification here. And then here, this is the profile where you get to see settings, you get to see help if you want to subscribe, or if you want to sign out of your account. So yeah, so this is pretty much the interface for Medium, and you could come down and yeah, it sorts of it scrolls endlessly. And then here, so this is more like the footer. It just has the help, the status, the careers page, the blog, privacy, rules, and then text to speech. So this is how the platform looks like. Pretty easy, and anyone can actually use it with ease. So let's move on. So what are the essentials for setting up a Medium profile? And one is you should, of course, have a username and a bio. You should have a profile picture. If you need, you can have a custom domain. This is optional and is mostly for advanced users. And you can also connect your own domain name. You can link your social accounts, especially Twitter. I think you can link Twitter to your Medium account, and then it becomes easy for you to use it. So, how many of you here already have Medium profiles? We can search for your names, and then we can use your. I know Samuel, you already have. Yes. Who Liz Nyandeng? Liz, do you have a LinkedIn profile? Sorry, a Medium profile. Okay, good. What is your name? You type your name. Let me search for it. Uh huh. Okay, she hasn't edited yet. You just created it newly? You just created it newly? Okay. Okay, she just created now. Okay, let's give it time. For joke, yours is already there. Okay, let me check. Who else? Okay. You created now also? Charles. Okay. So let me check for Samuel. Your name is only Samuel Way, or this is a different person? Okay. Okay. So let's look at Samuel. So this is the profile for Samuel. Yes. So with the medium profile, the first thing is, like we already mentioned here, is make sure you set up your username, which is a professional username, and your bio should be concise, keyword rich, similar to a LinkedIn summary. So you see here, like this is his his short: aspiring technology innovator, computer science undergraduate, exploring AI, networking, and cybersecurity. Yeah, just as simple as a LinkedIn summary. And then uh, you have a username like this. So the username is your @, and make sure that it's professional. Like for example, this is his username. I put it in the chat box. You can tap it. Nancy, yours is 8 years ago. Okay. Yes. So a username, something like that, and then you can also have this profile cover, just like the cover you have on LinkedIn, and then you have your about section. So the about section is now with some details about you. Yes. So he just more like your about section on LinkedIn. So if you already have a LinkedIn account, you could just copy your LinkedIn about section and then you paste it here. And here, of course, you can insert like a picture in addition to what you already write here. And then home is where the content that you publish actually gets to be viewed and also read by other people. So that is number one. And then number two is profile picture. You have to use a high quality professional headshot. So you have to use a high quality professional headshot, just like what you see here, and just like also what you see in your LinkedIn. In LinkedIn, you must maintain a very professional headshot, and yeah, you don't actually put a full picture as your profile picture on medium.com. So for example, you would look at my, let me get for you the profile for Betty. Okay, so yeah, so you see this, like, yeah, something, a professional headshot like this. Yeah, something as simple as this. It's good to go. And yes, so that is number two. Number three, you connect your social accounts. Usually in the settings, it gives that option to be able to connect your social account so that people can follow you. People can follow you and people can read more about you. So yeah, so you see like my profile down here, you would see connect with me on X. So when you click this, it will redirect you to my X account, and then it gives you other things that I do, like I'm an editor of the Clarity Desk, and then you could actually click this and find details about me there. Yes, so that is number 4, which is the last aspect. And yeah, make sure that your profile is set up like that. You have this summary, and then you have your about that pretty much gives a bit of details about you, and then people get to know more about you in details. Yes. So we move to the next aspect. Yes, so your profile photo should look like this, and then you can also put a cover photo. So the cover photo should just necessarily be a picture or describing, maybe your work, or you can design a cover yourself, like how I've done mine, and also like how Samuel did with his. So it doesn't have to be a real design. It can actually be just a photo of the same resolution. For example, showing you doing your work, and then people will get inspired as a result of what they see. For example, you see this cover here. It's not a design, but then this cover is just one of this cover here. For example, this one is not a design, but it's just a photo of of his staff, doing work, and it was captured, and then it was decided that it should be put as the cover for the medium, and it actually communicates very, very well in this regard. You see that. So that is how you deal with covers, especially when it comes to medium. So let's come to posting, which is the main thing we're here. How do you actually create good posts that can get to hell, posts that can make a lot of sense? You see, one, you must have a headline. The headline must be something short, catchy, and informative. And you can write the heading in sentence case, where the first letter is capital and the rest are small letters, except there's a proper noun. Or you could write like how this heading is written. You see, all the major words begin with a capital letter. So that's technically how you write a headline. So you write the headline just like a headline would be written in a news website. For example, let me check Radio Tamazuch. Let me see how they write their headlines. So you see how they write their headlines. The first letter is capital, and then any proper nouns, but some of these basic things are in small letters. You see this? Yeah. And then note that headline doesn't have full stop. And the headline makes sure that the words are very few. There shouldn't be more than 15 words, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So make sure that the words in the headlines do not exceed 15. Try your best to make sure that your headline has less than 15 words, not more than that. That is very important that you know that. And then the next thing would now be, for example, a featured image. So the featured image is a high quality, relevant image. If you don't have an image, you can use images from Unsplash or Pexels. So Pexels, they give royalty free images that are for free, and you don't get to be sued for copyright infringement. You can use those pictures and nobody will, as long as they come with credits already, so you can just do that. And then next thing is, you need to have an introduction. You hook the reader, state the purpose of the post, use and then in the body you can use subheadings, you can use bullet points, you can use short paragraphs, and of course you can have a conclusion and a call to action. So it's just like you're writing an essay. I think all of us are familiar with essay writing. So with essay writing, you just have the same thing: introduction, the body, and conclusion. And then you need to have also a title or a headline for your essay. I think what you don't need in an essay is featured image, but here you need a featured image so that when you share your link in other platforms, at least the image gets to appear and it gets to give a preview to the reader, and then they grasp something. So now let's come here. So yes, so if you're here and let's say that we want to publish something, of course you click right. So now I have clicked right. After clicking that, then we will start now with the title of what we want to publish. So let's say that let's say that I want to I want a free masterclass empowers young writers on microblogging basics. Something like that. So how many words have I used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see, I've used only 8 words for my headline. And then from there, you put what we call a subtitle. So the subtitle comes just below the headline and gives a summary of what of what the reader would expect, even as they go through the article. So you could say that yeah. So here we can say. So we can say that okay. Yes. And then if you want it to be a subtitle, so what you do is you have to highlight it and you have to choose this small t so that it becomes a subtitle. You see? Now here you can clearly see this is a title, while this is a what? A subtitle. And please don't put full stops for your title and your subtitle. And then you can now begin writing. You can now, here you could put your featured image. And if the image is already there on your computer, you can choose this. The first option is choosing an image that is from your computer. The second option is you choosing a royalty-free image from Unsplash. So I'm going to choose from Unsplash. I will I will I will search for using a keyword blogging. Okay. So you see there are some options here on blogging. Then I see which one I want to use. Okay, I think let me use this. Yes, it will be photo by Microsoft Edge on Unsplash. So it comes with this caption already. So I can just copy this and then I can add alternative text. I can add this as alternative text. And yeah, so pretty much we are good. So we have put the featured image already in the article. Now what we can do is we can then start writing our article. We can start with the introduction. Okay, we say that, okay, for many writers in Juba, blogging on web-based application looks like a thing of experts, but that changed for some who participated in a free masterclass on microblogging, held on Sunday this week. Through a 2-hour virtual session. So you try to drop for me some comments about the session so far in the chat box, so that I can include in the blog post that I am drafting. So yeah, so you could improve. You could then write more articles. There you say the session, the masterclass covered the following. 1, the importance of blogging, the importance of microblogging. Number 2, it covers setting up a Medium profile. Number 3, analogy of a great Medium com post, something like that. Yeah, you could go on and on and on and on. So yeah, you could let me see. Okay, so then you could you could say, here is what some of the participants say. Okay, so you throw for me some comments in the chat box, just some brief comments so that I can include. And yeah, let me see some of the responses to the quiz. Okay, I see a couple of people in the quiz. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so let me see. Let me see some of the responses. What is microblogging? So from here, I would see that, for example, so let me see. You guys are not throwing for me any comments. Okay. Okay, this doesn't seem to work. Okay. Yeah, so this is not working. Let me see again another way out. So what is the meaning of microblogging? Based on the quiz, I see about 6 correct answers. I can just get this and then put it here. Yes. For example, what does microblogging mean? 75% of the participants passed, while 25% failed. So yeah, something like that for the description. Then I put my alternative text here, something like that. And yes, so this is how you write slowly. You could add more, and then you can diversify whatever you want to include and whatever you want to exclude from your blog post. Okay, yes. So I got one comment from Juan. Okay, nice. So then I can now here I can write, for example, like okay, let me just remove this so I can put the comment for Juan here. Then I can make this a code. If you want to make something a code, you just click this. You can also make like this, and yeah, you can say Juan Mule, something like that. And yeah, so this is more like just being able to play around, more like a website if you don't like want to build a website of your own. So yeah, this is how you just play around with that. And yeah, so pretty much you are done. Now you see we have our headline, we have our headline, which is our title, we have our sub headline, which is our subtitle, or this is like an excerpt, like you have seen this in most news articles. So this just gives a summary for someone who might not want to read the entire article. And then from here, we say you must include a featured image. And this featured image you can get it from your device, or you can get it from Unsplash. So Unsplash is already integrated into medium.com. And then you begin with your introduction, and then you write. It can give you a little bit of autocorrect. You can correct whichever you want. If you don't want to agree, you can disagree with some of them. You can put bullet points, whichever you want. You can put quotes like this. And then you can also embed videos. For example, if you want to, you can insert a video here. So, but for you to insert a video, one, you must put the video on YouTube or on Vimeo. I think the best is usually for you to put the video on YouTube. After you put the video on YouTube, then you can get for us the you can get the link. You can get the link to the YouTube video. For example, let me get the link for this live stream. Then I will paste the link here. Then I enter. Then the video will load, and then you see, then it will be embedded. You see, this is the same live stream of this session that we are having on YouTube. You see, it's here. So then you can put a description for the video that you have embedded. Masterclass on using medium.com for microblogging, something like that. You see? Yep. So you see, we have embedded this video. And yeah, so also with this text, you can play around. Like if you highlight the text, you can make it bold, you can make it italic. You see, you can also insert links. Let's say you want to say web-based application, and then you want to insert a link here. Then you can put this. You can put the link, for example, medium.com. Then you insert. You see, then somebody can just click on this, and then they get to be redirected. And then also, you can make a code. You can make a code like what I said there earlier on with that text. So these are some of the ways you can play around. And if everything now looks good to you, what you can now do is you can come to publish here. So the good thing with Medium is it doesn't have this back and forth like for other platforms where your content needs to be approved and stuff. So usually it's self-publishing. So what happens is, yeah, you can come here and you can put your topics, which are the keywords that then help you with SEO, search engine optimization. So that then helps you with search engine optimization. So for example, now you need to put keywords that are related to what you're writing here. For example, first, I would like to put my name, for example. I want my name, yeah, as a keyword here. I can also put my name. Some people call me Bida Thomas, so I can put my second name. Then I can now put the topic that I've put here. I will write microblogging, so that when somebody searches for microblogging, they can be led to my site. So maybe another one is, if somebody searches about microblogging related to South Sudan, then they would be led to my article. And then maybe I again want to put maybe I want to say writing tips, something like that, and I would also put there. Yeah. So there are two options. One, you can publish and send it immediately, or you can schedule it so that it is published at a later date. You can choose, that is if you want, or you can cancel the scheduling and then you can send and publish it now and then. So yeah, so that is it when it comes to publishing on medium.com. But for now, I'm not publishing this, so I'm just leaving it in my draft. So as you write, it saves automatically. Now, when I come to my stories, you will see it. It's here in drafts. You see, this is the same article we had written. It's 160 words. By the way, 160 words is that's a good try on my side. Not too bad. You see, it's here. So anytime I want, I can edit it. And then if you have any scheduled posts, they would appear under scheduled post. Published, the ones that are published, you would see them here. And then the ones that are unlisted, you would see them from here. And then the ones that you submitted to other publications, you would see them here. And then, yeah, so this is it when it comes to your stories. And of course, this you can edit anytime. You can click here and then you say edit. Of course, you can delete if you no longer want it. So anytime you can come back and usually edit your stories on medium.com. So ladies and gentlemen, that is it when it comes to writing a great story on medium.com. Do you have any questions before we move forward? Any questions from any of you? If you have questions, you can unmute and speak, or you can put your question in the chat. Proceed. Are we all good? Okay. So I would take it that there are no questions from you all. But at any point, any question comes up, feel free to drop the question in the chat, or you can just unmute and we can be able to talk. So the content is strategy. What do you write about? Of course, when it comes to writing, you need to be very strategic in terms of what you actually want to write about, because that becomes your selling point, and you need to again choose something that you can actually benefit from. For example, if you are somebody who is doing businesses, yeah, for example, Joanne, you are doing, I think, interior decoration or something like that, and yeah, you could write about the importance of having good interior decorations, or or why someone should could actually work with you as an interior designer or something like that. And yeah, or you can just take people step by step on how you do one or two of your things as an interior designer, or some of the things that you work on. Yeah, you just write about topics you're passionate about and also you're knowledgeable in. This can be your industry, or it can be your specific skills, or for example, you could document your learning. For example, even as you work, there are people who write, um, like maybe if they're doing internship, for people who are students, what they learn from their first internship, or if they are part of a fellowship, their journey in a given fellowship. And yeah, sometimes you can also share your opinions by responding to industry news or trends. Yes, you can see what is trending, or what news people are talking about so much. Then you can write about it, you can share what you think, and also you can write about your experiences. Like some of you are driving, sometimes you get rogue traffic police officers, or you get these joint operation who are doing checks and stuff, and sometimes the experience can be very weird. Or you go shopping, and then something interesting happens. Yeah, you can just sit down, write about it, and then publish your content. Even if you publish your content on social media, you can syndicate it. Uh, you know, uh, you can syndicate it by just republishing the same on your Medium account. So that is it. And then also you can write how-to guides. For example, yes, like some of you are developers, you can write just a simple guide how to build a simple website, uh, how to how to begin digital marketing, how to make kisra, like some of you are cooking, who are good at cooking, or how to how to do whatever. Even if I teach you how to drink water, right? How to drink water the right way. Probably you think people are drinking water the wrong way, right? And then you could write something like, how to drink, how to drink, how to drink water properly, how to do whatever, just whatever thing you want to write about, and then yeah, you get to publish. What is important is people can learn one or two things from the content that you publish, and always choose things that you are comfortable with, um, things that you can actually use, and that can be the first thing. Choose from these things, you can choose one only or two that you focus on. You don't have to write about everything. Let's say that if your focus is you want to only write about topics you're passionate and knowledgeable in, that's fine. If you want to do how-to guides, you want to guide people on how to do one or two things. For example, even right now, some people don't know how to check, let's say, data balance on Zain SIM card. Yeah, you could write how to check your data balance on Zain. You see, or how to send airtime from one user to another on Zain. You see, or on MTN. You see that. So yeah, you write things like that. Those are how-to guides that help users be able to do one or two tasks really, really fast. So that is it when it comes to the topics you can choose to write about. And then number two, Medium has keywords and it's search engine optimization. You see those things I added last in the article. Those are what they call the keywords, and it allows you to add up to 5. You realize that the ones I added were 5. I put my name 2 times, then I put microblogging, then I put South Sudan, then I put writing tips. You see that, and then make sure that you choose a good headline, a headline that is searchable. Use the keywords that people would most likely search, especially as they research on the internet. You see, and then you need to also do, and then you need to also do what we call subheadings. Like I said, under your heading or under your title, you need to put uh, a subtitle, and then within your article, you see you could put subheadings uh, that help incorporate keywords naturally. And then also you can do internal and external links. You can link to your other posts on Medium, or you can link to external resources to help provide value and also improve your search engine optimization. As you write, you could refer to some of your articles that you wrote on Medium, and you can link those articles using the option I showed you earlier when we were writing the article that we published. And I see Nancy is asking in the chat box that can it categorize the post into topics? Yes, you can categorize the post into topics using using the using the tags. So you tag, like, let's say that if you want to tag, let's say if you're writing technology, yeah, you could just, each time you post something related to technology, you make sure that you include the tag technology. So the tag technology then put the help categorize that post into the category of technology. But then you might already find technology keyword used. So if you want something that is specific to you, then you may add maybe comma technology, and then comma business, something like that, so that when you search, uh, you can find things only around that. For example, now let's say that here, if we are on Medium and we want to search things like technology, so you would see here topics, right? And then you see mostly based on these tags, right? So let's say I'm looking for tech. So mostly you will see that things that are tag technology, they would appear here. You see, all this. This one is not free. Let me check for one that is free. Most of this, most of these technology things are, most of these technology things are paid member stories. So when you see something with this yellow star, that means that it's only for members, people who have paid. Okay, let me see this. This one is good. This one seems to be free, right? Yeah, so this one is free. So you come down. Yeah, this is really, really long. This is really, really long. Yes, something like that. So that is how it gets to categorize um, into the topics. So you have to make sure that you include that the topic, especially if the last part of publishing the last part of publishing the article. Make sure that you are able to include that aspect to help you categorize easily. Yep. So that is it. Yes. So how do you format your work for readability? The issue is, again, when you publish, make sure that you publish something that it then makes it easy for people to be able to read. People will not face a lot of challenges when they are reading your work. So one, make sure that when you need to provide white space, when the content is too large, you break up large blocks of text into readable parts. Make sure that your paragraphs are short, and then you need to use subheadings. You can use subheadings to structure your post and guide the reader. And then also, you can make bold and italics. Yeah, you can highlight key phrases and words, and then you can use quote block for emphasis, and then you can use list where you can put bullet points and number lists for clarity, so that people can easily just grasp what they want, um, with the help of bulleted points, with the help of codes, with the help of bolded key phrases and words, and also with the help of subheadings, as well as white space. The paragraphs should be really properly formatted. Yes, so now let's say that you have understood how to publish your work. Then how do you promote your content? Of course, you can, one, promote your content on social media. Yeah, you can post the link to your article. You can post a link to your article on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and other platforms. You can also include a link to your Medium profile or your latest article in your email signature, so that somebody can easily read about your writings. Yeah, you can put your Medium link on your email signature. That is another way of marketing your content. Another one is you can network. You can share your work with your professional network, like in WhatsApp groups, on Facebook groups, on Messenger, and also in Telegram groups. Another, you can engage, you can comment on other people's posts and build relationships, especially within the Medium network. You see, when you see a post on Medium, okay, let's say that I have this post from where self-reflection. You see, so when you click this post, one, you can clap. You see, so when you clap, that's already engagement. You see, and then two, you can comment. uh, you see, you can
Hi,
say,
Peter.
yes, please.
I only see promoting your content, and I can't see you.
Yes,
I can't see what you're doing. All right, thanks.
sorry, I forgot. So I was saying that, for example, this article by this gentleman. So when I click and then I'm reading it, you see, you can clap for. So it's more like liking it. You see, so you can clap for this article, and then you can also comment. You see, uh, you can say, okay, great reflection, and then you respond. So then this goes as a comment, you see here, and then yeah, and then this person can also be able to. You can also, if other people had commented here, you can also be able to reply to the same. So that is one strategy that you use for engagement, especially as you use this platform. You can also save these. If you come across interesting articles, you can save them, and then you can read later. Let's say that you don't have time to read now, so you can just click and then you save um, that, and then you can also highlight specific things. For example, let's say that maybe something here caught you, maybe something here caught your attention. You can do this, and then you can highlight this, and this helps you, like, note down some key things that is stood out for you within the article. So that is it when it comes to strategies you can use for engagement, especially as you use medium.com. Yep. So that is that. Yeah. So what is the essence of building a professional brand with Medium? Please and please, consistency. Just like how you brush your teeth and like regularly, how you take bath regularly. Yes.
You
Someone is
said
saying something. Yes.
Do you save it offline or online?
You save what?
Said like you save the file if you have no time to read it, then you can save it.
You save online. When you save the article, for example, let's come here. Let me say I save this, and then I already have a list. You see, you can create, like here I have list of reading list, I have success stories. I can create new list. So here I want to save it in reading list. That's fine. And then now when I come here to my library, you see here on this sidebar, on my left, when I click here, then you see I would see here this reading list. I have saved one article. You see this article of self-reflection. You see, then I can then come in my free time. I can read it, and then once I'm done, then what I can do, I can now remove the item once I'm done. Then you see my reading list is what is empty. So that is how it works. So everything here is online. It's not offline. So if you want to, let's say that you want to save it, maybe you want to save it to read it offline, and you can use other options. For example, you can use options like you can use options like PDF. You can use options like save PDF, or you can use print option. For example, you can use the print option, and then you save this as a PDF, and then you read it offline. You see that? So these are the options you can use in case you want to read it offline, or if you have the app, if you have the app, you and then you're using the the paid version of the app, you can save later, and then you can also read offline, especially if you're using the phone. You can save it on the phone, and then you can read offline later on, especially if you are a paid uh, member. But then the one I was explaining, you just read it online. So next is yes, how you can build your personal brand. Of course, I was talking about consistency. I was giving an example, just like how you brush your teeth regularly, how you take bath regularly. You need to publish regularly, even if it's just once a month. Like even if you publish once a month, that's already regular. You have already set a target that at least every month I should be able to post on Medium. That is to say, by the end of the year, you should have published 12 posts. You see that? You should have published 12 posts that is going out. That is very important. Or you can say, I want to publish twice every month. That means that 12 times 2, that is 24 articles in a year. Not very bad. Uh, but make sure that you set a goal that you can achieve. Don't set a goal that you cannot achieve. Don't say, for example, you want to publish weekly and then you don't really have the time to publish weekly. You see that? So you need to do that. So what I can do, what I can say is, some of you already have published long form articles, for example, on Facebook and stuff. So go and just syndicate, just copy and paste the same thing story you've written on Facebook and republish it on medium.com. That's a simple assignment I'm giving you, or any other long articles you have written elsewhere, long essays you have written. Yeah, republish them here. Next, you need to make sure that you're authentic. Write in your own voice. You know, these days there's a lot of artificial intelligence, AI, and stuff. So try your best to be very authentic. Don't just go and generate random articles using AI and then you publish them now. Try your best to write in your own voice. You see, like how I was writing that story. I was writing original, right? Just from my head and stuff. So try your best to be authentic, write in your own voice, and don't rely a lot on AI generated content. And you need to add value. Don't just share opinion. Don't just share information. You need to offer unique insights and opinions. Yeah, make sure that people consider you very authoritative. Yeah, so you need to make sure that you offer unique insights, you offer unique opinions. Yeah, And later on, as time passes by, as you build your profile really strong and solid, you can then join the Medium Partner Program to earn money based on engagement. This will show that your work is very valuable, and yeah, you can make money from your Medium account. Yes, and of course, we have something called monitoring and evaluation. You have